Right now, you may hear them or see them overhead. Why night training is so important to Madison's 115th Fighter Wing. Plus, COVID interrupts Rebecca Clayfish's run for governor. Her message tonight for her supporters on Twitter. It's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. And we thank you for joining us. First, we're keeping an eye on the weather tonight. This is video from the Dane County Regional Airport just a few minutes ago as a storm moved in there. That system triggering some severe weather. Let's go right to Gary with our certified most accurate forecast and the latest on what's happening. Gary?
Eric, we had severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings within the last hour. Good news right now, there are no warnings, no watches in effect across southern Wisconsin. However, we're continuing to watch some strong thunderstorms move through much of Dane County. On high-resolution Doppler radar right now, we're seeing these clusters of storms right around Madison, of course, one right over the airport, and then the one in southwestern Dane County. That was the one that triggered a tornado warning for Lafayette County earlier in the last hour, but you can see those storms have weakened as they've pushed to just south of Verona and or just southwest of Verona and are heading toward Fitchburg and Madison. You can see over the last hour those storms heading to the northeast, but they have been weakening as they've been pushing across Dane County. A little wider radar perspective shows these storms in a line, one area moving through northern portions of Dodge County, probably with some strong winds, and then the cluster through Dane County down into Greene County to the west of Monroe. Everything moving to the east-northeast at about 40 miles per hour. High temperatures today made it up into the lower 80s, unusually warm for this time of year, and now temperatures have cooled off to the 60s where the rain has started. Ahead of the thunderstorms, though, temperatures are still in the 70s and 80s, where dew point temperatures are in the mid to upper 60s. Dew points have been a little lower over south central Wisconsin. That's why the storms have been weakening a bit as they push into the Madison area. The storms will end overnight. Look for a low of about 58 tomorrow. It's a day early, but we will feel more like fall with a high of 68 with variably cloudy skies and a brisk northerly wind. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes much nicer weather for the rest of the week.
All right, Gary, thank you. Right now, a large portion of the city of Boscobel is without power. According to a Facebook post, utility crews are working to get it back online. Some may be getting their power back, but this is affecting most of the east side of Boscobel. The city says it's a very dangerous situation. They really want to ask residents to stay home, stay away from the area where crews are working, again, affecting the east side of Boscobel. And for all your local weather information away from your TV or on the go, try downloading our free Channel 3000 First Warn weather app. The weather tonight also impacting Monday Night Football up in Green Bay as the rain started to fall, but it has not slowed down the Packer offense, especially in the second half when they pulled away. Currently now leading 35-17 in the fourth, a couple minutes left. And of course, we'll have much more in the game coming up in sports. Throughout the season, the Packers are not requiring guests to wear masks, but are strongly encouraging it. The team of the NFL also encouraging fans to get vaccinated. And local businesses around Lambeau Field hoping for a big rebound this year at the Stadium View Bar and Grill, the Green Bay Distillery as well. They say they are preparing for a season just like all the others.
We've been doing everything as if it was 2019, so we're hoping it'll be as awesome as it was for the Lions game in October of 2019.
We've had a very busy week. Packer fans come in for the whole weekend. We've been setting up all week. We have outside set up, we have inside set up, so there's a lot of work to set all this up for the first game.
And just a reminder, at Lambeau Field, fans are allowed to carry in smaller, clear bags, about the size of a 1-gallon plastic bag. Lambeau Field has transitioned as well to a cashless payment system, kind of like Camp Randall has done this year. If you've been to games, Badger games, stadium gates open 2 hours before kickoff. The Packers are emphasizing to all attendees to have their tickets downloaded and saved to their smartphones sooner rather than later. The F-16s are hard to miss. You've likely seen and heard them flying overhead events or conducting training missions. Usually that happens during the day, but this week, you may notice them out at night. Madeline O'Neill live at Truax Field, the Air National Guard base there, with details on the fighter jets' night training and what else the 115th is preparing for. Maddie?
Well, they're paying attention to the weather here, too. Probably a good thing. It's raining pretty hard. We just heard a really loud thunder boom, but those storms mean the jets aren't taking off tonight, really just to keep safe from potential lightning or hail. But the scheduled night training does go through Thursday, so there are still a few more chances to get the jets up in the air.
This is Operations. Flying for the second go has been weather canceled.
even when weather steers them off course.
The F-16s don't like thunderstorms, neither do pilots.
Pilots here at the 115th Fighter Wing set their sights ahead.
We need to make sure we're trained and ready to go.
Now that means training for the future.
I've done it a few times, yeah. I've got quite a few hours at night. I like to leave it to the young guys now.
Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Gaffney is in charge of the 176th Fighter Squadron, overseeing all pilots and operations, like this week's night training in the F-16s.
Just like anything else, doing it at night is a lot more difficult and challenging.
So they get the right training and gear.
On the top of this is what we have are our night vision goggles.
And set to the sky for a number of different missions.
And it gives us an opportunity to do some of the training that we're going to need when we deploy here shortly to fly all the way across the Atlantic and then on to our final deployment locations.
While the F-16s get put away for the night, Gaffney is looking ahead to the arrival of the F-35s.
An aircraft that was designed back in the 70s versus one that's been designed in the 2000s.
A new simulation building on the base is also being built.
What it really does is allow us to train to kind of more of those high-end training scenarios.
Helping them prepare for what's on the horizon.
F-16's been fun, but really looking forward to the new mission.
Now, 23 members of the 115th Fighter Wing are already spread out across the country, training on maintaining or flying those F-35s, which we know have been contentious from the start because of some concerns about noise. But as far as the night training this week in the F-16s, the goal is to get them back by 10 o'clock to keep any kind of nuisance to a minimum.
All right, Maddie, thank you. The state of Wisconsin has now hit a combined 700,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 since the pandemic started, with more than 1,500 cases confirmed today. That puts the total number over the threshold. More than 7,800 people have died now in Wisconsin from COVID-19. And some encouraging news today in the fight against the coronavirus. Vaccine maker Pfizer says its latest trial of the COVID-19 vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11 showed it is safe and generated a, quote, robust antibody response. The company says it plans to submit to the FDA for emergency use authorization very soon. The data hasn't been peer-reviewed or published just yet. At the college level, student vaccination rates vary widely among the UW system campuses. Here in Madison, 91% of students are now fully vaccinated. That is the highest in the system. UW Parkside is the lowest at 38%. Stevens Point slightly higher at 46%. La Crosse and Milwaukee over 70%. The UW system has a 70 for 70 campaign going to encourage students to be vaccinated, offering 70 scholarships worth $7,000 at campuses reaching a 70% vaccination rate among students. UW-Madison is not included in that campaign. In 1 week, the Madison School Board will vote whether to implement a vaccine mandate for district teachers and staff. In the board's meeting, they say they're keeping the conversation going, talking about the benefits of such a policy. District Superintendent Dr. Carlton Jenkins said last month he supports a vaccine mandate. Again, that final vote will be executed, we believe, sometime next week at the meeting. Despite all the scientific and medical advances of the last 103 years, the COVID pandemic has now killed more Americans than the 1918 flu pandemic. More than 675,000 people in the U.S. have now died of COVID. That surpasses the estimated U.S. death toll from the deadliest pandemic now of the 20th century. The U.S. revising its international travel policy, ending a travel ban on visitors from the EU and the U.K. The news comes just after Britain simplified its rules, making it easier for vaccinated Americans to visit. The White House says all international visitors are welcome in the U.S. starting in early November, but they must be fully vaccinated. A new study from the World Travel and Tourism Council estimates the U.K. ban alone cost the U.S. economy $1.2 billion a month. Governor Evers's vaccine incentive program could cost the state as much as $14 million in federal money. DHS says 142,000 people received their first shot over the past month when the program was in place. If you received your first shot between August 20th and yesterday, September 19th, you can register online at 100.wisconsin.gov and get a $100 debit card in the mail. Republican candidate for governor Rebecca Clayfish has tested positive for COVID-19 after being exposed at church earlier this month. She is vaccinated and a cancer survivor. Her spokesperson says she was informed of the exposure last Thursday, took a test, and the next day received a positive result. She is seeking to take on Governor Evers next year and released this message on Twitter tonight.
A lot of you know that I was diagnosed with COVID, and it's just me and Fancy here right now, and everybody else in my family has moved away, and so that's why the house is really clean, and I'm watching the game here by myself this evening, but they're all negative, and so they're staying away. We're following all of the COVID protocols, and things are just fine.
Clayfish launched her campaign September 9th and has been on the campaign trail since. She's canceled her remaining campaign stops for now. The U.S. Secretary of Education making a couple stops in Wisconsin today for his return to school road trip. Miguel Cardona first visited Eau Claire and then on to Madison to showcase students and communities safely returning to in-person learning. Governor Tony Evers and UW Chancellor Rebecca Blank joined him for a tour of the UW-Madison campus. New tonight, the president of the Verona Area School Board is stepping down for a new opportunity. According to a Facebook post, Noah Roberts has been appointed by Governor Evers to serve as Wisconsin's next state federal director. Roberts said he served 5 years on the board and is president for 4 of those in Verona. The U.S. Supreme Court will hear arguments in a Mississippi abortion case challenging Roe v. Wade. The justices will take on the case concerning the state's Gestational Age Act on December 1st. The 2018 law allows abortions after 15 weeks only in medical emergencies or if the fetus has a severe abnormality. It makes no exception for rape or incest and punishes doctors who don't follow the guidelines. 2 federal courts have already blocked that law in Mississippi. Madison police are looking into a string of catalytic converter thefts. 6 vehicles were targeted overnight. Their locations are marked on a map shown here. Now, this year alone, more than 300 catalytic converters have been stolen throughout Madison. Thieves like them because they contain rare metals that can then be resold. You're asked to call Madison police if you have any information on those thefts. New information tonight about the homicide investigation where 4 bodies were found in an abandoned SUV in northwestern Wisconsin. Today, investigators say the victims were killed in St. Paul, where 3 of them lived, then were driven to Dunn County, about 30 miles northwest of Eau Claire. And since then, 2 suspects have been arrested. 56-year-old Darren McWright, 38-year-old Antoine Suggs. Both of them also are from Minnesota. Still to come tonight, we'll check back in with Gary to get your full forecast for the week ahead and the latest on tonight's weather. But first, how people in the Sheboygan area are cashing in ahead of the Ryder Cup this week. Stay with us.
Stanton Optical is always here for you with our safe telehealth technology. You can just walk in for an eye exam whenever you need one. And your eye exam is free when you buy 2 pair of glasses for as low as $59.95. Find your nearest store at StantonOptical.com or call 1-800-STANTON.
This is Ford Truck Month. Time to take a ride in the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 with an available 12-inch touchscreen, an available interior work surface, and for powerful performance on demand, a class-exclusive available Pro-Power onboard mobile generator. These are America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Inventory levels are coming back up, making Truck Month the time to get an F-150 with 0 for 72 and 1,000 retail order bonus.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Havish, Havish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Denny's now has Bennies. Not just one, but many. It's the classic Benedict's plus 2 twists, so we really must insist that you try 1, 2, or all 3 of our Bennies. See you at Denny's.
Menards is your lighting and appliance headquarters. Find your style with Patriot Lighting. The B Collection has a modern country look featuring a whitewashed faux wood paired elegantly together with a galvanized finish. All Patriot Lighting is 11% off. Spruce up your home with top brand appliances including Whirlpool, Amana, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Criterion. Save 11% on all appliances right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
No one has ever reinvented mattress shopping until now. The grand opening of Slumberland Sleep Solutions, where we've simplified, uncomplicated, and laid things out for you. Start with a quick rest match to pick your basic mattress type.
You love memory foam.
I really do.
Then shop the information and rating system on each bed. Did you know you can get great back support with a soft feel? It's true, and easy to find. Mattress shopping, reinvented, only at Slumberland Furniture.
6 months of AccuView Oasis contacts plus an eye exam. Only $125. Lowest price ever. Plus free trial lenses in store. Get the deal at Stanton Optical. Unbeatable prices without the drama.
Farming's in his blood.
Got a passion for it, or I wouldn't do it.
But when life got rough, this local farmer dug deep. Charlotte Deleste shows you how sheer will and some new equipment helped him get back to the land he loves. Tuesday on News 3 Now at 10. You are watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Welcome back to Dane County Farmers Market. Shifting locations this weekend. Normally it's held around the Capitol Square, of course. For this weekend, it'll head over to Breeze Stevens because Art Fair on the Square will be around the Capitol. The stadium's concession stand will be open. Shoppers can eat and drink while visiting with local vendors there. This weekend, hundreds will be down at the Art Fair on the Square, which was virtual a year ago. New tonight, people are already flocking to the Sheboygan area for a chance to watch one of golf's biggest events. While things don't really kick off until later in the week at the Ryder Cup, there are other last-minute preparations happening not far away from the golf course. Many people in the area are renting out their homes for the big tournament, taking advantage of all the visitors and not enough hotel rooms.
I mean, we're going to get some nice proceeds out of it, and we're going to use it to buy new appliances and save some and invest some. So, you know, it's kind of coming off of COVID. It's kind of nice to get an extra bump of money.
Now, some of the players have already arrived for the tournament, which officially kicks off on Friday. It'll wrap up on Sunday. In consumer news tonight, another major automaker says it'll be offering a hybrid pickup truck. Toyota says the latest version of the Tundra will include a hybrid twin-turbo V6 option. It released this video showing off some of the truck's new features. Toyota says the hybrid system will have more horsepower and torque than the Tundra's standard engine. Also today, General Motors will begin replacing damaged and fire-prone battery cells in some of its recalled Chevy Bolt electric vehicles next month. GM first announced a recall of the vehicle back in November of 2020 due to fire risk, but it didn't have an immediate fix at the time. Additional problems prompting additional recalls came in July and August. CVS says it's hiring 25,000 employees nationwide during a one-day virtual career event on Friday. They're recruiting candidates for both clinical and retail jobs to support flu season and also COVID vaccinations and testing. The pharmacy giant is looking for retail associates, pharmacists, pharmacy techs, and nurses. And it's going to cost a little more to send your stuff with FedEx. The company announcing it is raising shipping rates in January. These hikes will apply to all U.S. domestic and U.S. export and import services. In a statement, FedEx officials say these price bumps, quote, reflect incremental costs associated with a challenging operating environment. Today marks 4 years since the devastating Hurricane Maria slammed into Puerto Rico. And on this anniversary, we're getting a look at some of the damage that still exists in the U.S. territory. Hurricane Maria left $90 billion in damage. Congress allocated at least $63 billion for disaster relief and recovery operations, but 4 years later, about 71% of those funds have not reached the communities on the island. Well, if the clouds have cleared out of your area, be sure to check out the moon tonight. The iconic harvest moon making its debut. Fall officially starts Wednesday afternoon. According to NASA, it is the location of the moon near the horizon that causes it to appear big and orange in color. The hunter's moon usually arrives in October. Well, drive down the streets of Madison, you're starting to notice a tree or two changing colors. Travel Wisconsin releasing its annual fall colors report today, giving people a chance to find the most vibrant leaves in the state before they are gone. The report is put together by more than 100 different organizations based in all 72 counties of Wisconsin. It'll be updated the end of October. As you can see right now, there are a few counties in Wisconsin getting close to their peak season. Right now, we're worried about trees and leaves staying up with the winds that we're hitting tonight, Gary.
Yeah, there were several reports of trees down from the strong winds that moved through at some of these thunderstorms. High-resolution Doppler radar right now shows an area of strong thunderstorms through the central portion of Dodge County, now becoming more east-west oriented from Iron Ridge to just south of Beaver Dam, and then into the eastern portions of Columbia County, north of Columbus. Now, this area here probably transitioning more into a heavy rain event than a strong wind event, whereas the storms in Madison and Dane County, notice they're in a north-south line, and these have been moving off toward the north and east. This area of thunderstorms actually came out of Lafayette County. There was a tornado warning earlier for it, but no warnings in effect right now. These storms are starting to flare up a little bit in the northeastern portions of Greene County and the far southern portion of Dane County, right around Oregon. So these storms could pack a punch, maybe some 40 to 50 mile per hour winds and some heavy rain along with quite a bit of lightning as they track through the central and southern portions of Dane County. But notice they're moving pretty quickly. To the west, there are more showers. Every once in a while, an occasional flash of lightning. But right now, the strongest thunderstorms and the threat for severe weather, if there is one, is going to be over the eastern portions of our viewing area. These storms pretty much on schedule, what we were looking at earlier. In fact, as we take a look at future radar over the next 3 hours, these storms will continue to weaken as they push off toward Lake Michigan. We're getting into the darker hours. The sun has gone down, starting to cool off a little bit. and also the air has been a little bit drier over eastern Wisconsin. So again, these storms should lose a lot of their intensity as they push off to the east, but still for the next hour or two for areas east of Madison, keep an eye on those storms as they roll through. And of course, if there is a warning, we will be on the air with it. As far as severe weather reports so far, these have been some of the reports that have been coming in. One from Boscobel with trees down on power lines, and that probably accounts for some of the power outages in that area. Also a report of a roof blown off of a shed in Viola in Vernon County. This is an area that had a tornado warning earlier around 7:30. And precipitation from most of these storms, that's been the good news. I mean, we've been getting some decent rains, but not too heavy. Most areas about 1 to locally 2 inches of rain from Madison westward. And again, these storms are still dumping rain across parts of Dodge County, and eventually they'll move for areas south and east of Madison over the next couple of hours. Probably not going to bring as much rain there, again, because they will be weakening. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Cool weather will return for tomorrow and Thursday with high temperatures dropping back into the 60s. It'll be dry beginning tomorrow and pretty much last through most of next week. We've got a prolonged dry period coming up, and it'll be mild early next week with some 70s by the end of the weekend. In the tropics, we have 2 tropical storms, Tropical Storm Peter, Tropical Storm Rose. What's left of Odette may head to the southeast and then regenerate again into another tropical system, and there's yet another one off the coast of Africa. So a very active tropical season continues. At least those storms won't affect the United States mainland for a while. 68 degrees for high tomorrow, so a lot different than today when we had a high of 83. It'll be breezy and cooler, but right now it looks like it'll be dry. And the 7 to 10 day forecast, 64 Wednesday, 65 on Thursday. Notice that low temperature at 41, but as we start fall on Wednesday, notice those temperatures staying right around or just a little bit below normal, but dry weather expected pretty much through most of next week.
And coming up in sports, the Packers bounce back in a big way in week 2. How Aaron Rodgers carved up that Lions defense is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This is a Wisconsin brewmaster. He brews the local craft beer, the beer that washes down the Oktoberfest broth, the broth that pairs with the potato salad that befriends the burger that tastes like victory. Festival Foods. We are Wisconsin.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Thanks to your support, you've helped make MyPillow become one of the fastest growing companies in America. Over the last 12 years, you've helped MyPillow create thousands of jobs right here in the USA. Every MyPillow is made with passion here in my home state of Minnesota to ensure you get the best sleep of your life.
One of the things that I really like about MyPillow is the support. It gives my neck a little hug.
I've never slept better in my life. What's better than a great night's sleep?
Call or go online to take advantage of my best offer ever. For a limited time, when you use your promo code, you can get premium MyPillows regularly $69.98, now only $29.98. That's right, only $29.98. That's the lowest price ever. I tried every pillow from expensive down pillows that just went flat to fiber-filled pillows that rebound every time you move your head. I even tried those memory foam pillows, and the curve did not match my neck, and it probably won't match yours. That's why I invented MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck supported and aligned.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
MyPillow has a 10-year warranty. It's machine washable and dryable. And I back them with my 60-day money-back guarantee. Call or go online now to take advantage of my best offer ever. Use the promo code to get queen-size premium MyPillows regularly $69.98 for only $29.98. Get king-size MyPillows for just $5 more. It's the lowest price ever. This is a limited time offer and not available in stores. Don't delay. Order now. With our 60-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Sleep well, America!
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Just outside of a town called Basic is Basic Lake, where families gather together for some basic fun. And if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find a trail where no one else goes. The 2021 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models, or save up to $42.62 on select models.
This is a Wisconsin farmer. She grows the locally sourced freshness, the freshness that complements the wild-caught salmon, the salmon that tees up the cheesecake that sweetens every moment. Festival Foods. We are Wisconsin.
After laying a complete egg in Week 1, the perfect opponent to get back on track might just be Detroit. The Packers have won 4 straight in the series against the Lions. And remember this, since taking over the franchise, Matt LaFleur hasn't lost back-to-back games as a head coach. And in those games after a loss, Aaron Rodgers has been on another level. That trend continued tonight. Third quarter, Packers down 3. Rodgers rips one to Big Bobby Tunyon in this breadbasket, and Green Bay takes the lead. He threw for 255 yards and 4 touchdowns tonight. Speaking of 4 tutties, Aaron Jones had 4 too. 3 receiving and 1 rushing. Packers get their first win of the season. 35-17 is your final. Saturday's game in Soldier Field is being dubbed as Jack Coan versus Graham Mertz. But as Paul Chris said today, it's really about Wisconsin versus Notre Dame. Now, Mertz won't be going up against Coan, but the Badger defense will. And for the first time, Coan's old teammates will have the opportunity to hit the former Badger quarterback. And as they're looking forward to that, as well as seeing their old friend again.
I think I might have hit him a couple times in a live spring ball practice, but it'll be fun just to go against him. I mean, like I said, a good friend like him. Just guys competing. It's just like when you were younger and you're in the backyard playing against your brother. I don't think I've ever hit Coan in my life, so hopefully I get the chance Saturday. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's weird like watching film and stuff like that, seeing, you know, Coan, I'm studying Coan, but at the same time we all knew this was going to be coming.
Kickoff times for the next 2 Badger home games have been set. Wisconsin and Michigan will kick off on October 2nd at 11 o'clock. That game will be televised on Fox. And then on October 16th, it'll be a night game against Army on BTN. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 at night. With 13 games left in the regular season, the Brewers' magic number is down to 3 to clinch the NL Central crown. And they could do it in 2 games if they beat the Cardinals tonight and then tomorrow. Craig Counsell, though, not focused on Tuesday's game just yet. He's only thinking about winning the opener against the Redbirds. Now, they were down 2-1 in the second. Luis Urias ties it up with a 1 crack of the bat. Cardinals, though, would score in the 6th, and then in the 7th inning, this one not so good. Paul Goldschmidt flies out to center, but Jackie Bradley Jr.'s throw isn't a good one. Matt Carpenter tags and scores. Brewers fall 5-2 is your final. That's it for sports. We're back after this.
0-2 pitch. Maybe Jay like to have another crack.
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Good thing the 2021 Volkswagen Atlas and Atlas Cross Sport have a lower cost of maintenance than Toyota Highlander. Come into your Volkswagen dealer today and lease the spacious and refined 2021 Atlas SE Tech with 4Motion for just $449 a month.
Crazy Lenny's fall clearance sale.
Fat Tire e-bikes, gravel, snow, hunting, $2,400. Nope, on sale for $1,400.
This $1,900 e-bike, 40-mile range, just $880.
At Lenny's fall clearance.
Fall, the best riding months of the year.
I want to have $1 million when I retire.
Oh, great goal.
So where do I start?
Well, first you set up automatic transfers into savings. That can add up pretty quickly.
For me, working on putting $1,000 into an emergency fund got me in a good saving habit.
Already on it.
Then put together a plan to get rid of debt and maximize your investments. You know, Summit helped me do.
Oh, that's great. I love how Summit gives people the knowledge and confidence to go after their goals. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
Your pipes need to loosen up. Your furnace needs to chill out. No more Freon for your AC. You don't need a working ceiling fan. Nothing can stop me from causing problems in your home. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
That's right, Pesky. Your problems are plunged.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Backed by popular demand, Hyvee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hyvee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. and Saturdays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hyvee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hyvee, you get a 20-cent Hyvee fuel saver.
Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021 is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course lunch starting at $15 and a 3-course dinner starting at $25, featuring wine and more. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021, starting September 19th through the 24th. For participating restaurant menus and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, E&J Gallo Winery.
Crazy Lenny's fall clearance sale.
Fat Tire e-bikes, gravel, snow, hunting, $2,400. Nope, on sale for $1,400.
This $1,900 e-bike, 40-mile range, just $880.
At Lenny's fall clearance.
Fall, the best riding months of the year.
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Good thing the 2021 Volkswagen Atlas and Atlas Cross Sport have a lower cost of maintenance than Toyota Highlander. Come into your Volkswagen dealer today and lease the stylish and versatile 2021 Atlas Cross Sport SE Tech with 4Motion for just $439 a month.
Register and raise funds for the Komen Virtual More Than Pink Walk.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, Sam Adams releasing a new limited edition beer that is so strong it will be illegal to sell in 15 states. The beer company releases a new version of its Utopias brand every couple of years. This year it will contain 28% alcohol by volume, making it illegal to sell in many states, but of course not in Wisconsin. The company says it's only making around 13,000 25-ounce bottles, and each one of those will be sold for $240 and will be available for purchase on October 11th. So that might be the hindering factor in Wisconsin, the $240 price tag. Gary Canalti back, keeping a close eye on things out there tonight.
Yeah, no warnings right now. I'm hopeful that we're done with the severe weather. You can see some strong thunderstorms from just east of Madison and Cottage Grove down towards Stoughton and Edgerton. Those extend back into parts of Greene and Rock counties from around Evansville to just south of New Glarus and Belleville over toward Monroe. Everything heading off toward the east-northeast. But you can see that to the west, while there are some showers and every once in a while a flash of lightning, nothing really strong out to the west. Temperatures definitely have cooled off where the rain has started. So the severe weather threat, if there is one, is going to be in those areas where temperatures are still in the 70s, and that'll only last for about another hour or two, and then the rain will cool things down. Dew point temperatures are in the mid-60s, but the skies will start clearing out tomorrow. Look for a high of only 68 degrees, and we'll see fall-like weather, especially since fall starts on Wednesday through next week.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.